Welcome to Dark Empath on the Edge. And so I have recently changed my name from Nefertiti Rising Tarot to Dark Empath on the Edge because Dark Empath on the Edge, it suits me more, and I really want to appeal to a certain audience of empaths or people who are very intuitive or highly sensitive. Um, so basically, my plan is to teach what I know and what I've learned, and for me to learn something from you. So, anyway, today is going to be one of the toughest videos I have ever sat down to make. So, Spirit is pushing me beyond my limits and beyond my comfort zone to basically not only do a reading on myself, but to kind of tell bits and pieces of my story in hopes of it helping or enlightening someone else's path. So basically, here we go. Okay, so the first card I see is the King of Pentacles. And so basically, Spirit is sitting down and inviting me in to have a conversation about life, about abundance, about family, and everything that we aspire to achieve. They're wanting me to pay attention to where I am right now and where I once was. And so where I once was a very dark place. I was in a really dark place where basically I felt like every moment of every day was a living and breathing nightmare for me. So I would go to sleep and I would have nightmares, and I would wake up and I would have nightmares. Everything was just so dark. No matter how much light was shined upon me, I still was walking in darkness. Like, it was almost as if somebody put a blindfold over my eyes. And I mean, not just my two physical eyes, but also my mind's eye. And they blindfolded me, and I could not literally see in front of me. Like, I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me. I didn't know where I was going. I was hopelessly lost. There's a song it's a rap song, and it's Gorilla Zoe. I can't remember who's featured on it, but it's called Losing My Mind. And I mean, I'm telling you, when I say that song described exactly what I was going through, almost to the T. Sometimes you have to look beyond the lyrics and look at the message of the song. And I honestly felt like I was losing my mind. As a powerful empath, and I use the word powerful because for me, I feel like empath is a universal word, meaning that I feel everything. So if anything goes on, like with the earth, whether there be an earthquake, a hurricane, or a tornado, or anything like that, I can feel that. I can feel it throughout my entire vessel. I can feel when it's coming. I would get this sadness out of nowhere, or I would have like a feeling of discord in my spirit, just like something was brewing, or something is stirring up and is weighing on me heavily, as if I'm wearing some kind of weighted blanket. And then next thing I know, I would hear something about maybe there was a tornado, that hit in Texas, or one that hit in Nashville, or there was a tsunami here, there was an earthquake there, and 20 or 30 people lost their lives, maybe even more. I would feel things like that. I would feel it to the point to where I would be in bed for maybe a couple of days later, following any incident. I didn't understand what was going on with me. All I knew was I was like, oh man, you are really, really effed up, because this should not be affecting you. This wasn't your family. You don't know these people. You don't know anything about this community. So why are you feeling that way? And I didn't have any answers. And believe me, I turned to books and all kinds of things, prayer, meditation, everything, and I still wasn't getting the answers of why I am the way that I am. And so eventually I was pretty much in a cocoon. I was in what you would call hermit mode. This card right here, now this card came out in the reverse, and I left it that way because as I was in hermit mode, meaning I isolated myself to go within to figure out what was wrong with me, and why was I reacting the way that I was reacting. Why was I so irritated by everything? I was walking around as a supposed good girl, but at the same time I was mean as hell, and I didn't understand what was going on with me. And so basically within isolation, slowly, now it was a slow process, slowly but surely I began to figure out the reason why I am the way that I am. And it started with me reading a book. It's called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and it's a channel textbook. It's a magnificent book. It's almost as if you're tapping into your own Akashic records, sort of book. And I started to read that, and things kind of started opening up a little bit for me, and I started to really go deeper into who and what I am, and wondering why would the divine source, God, however you refer to him, why would he curse me with such a I used to call it the tragic curse, or I used to call it why would you gift me this evil? That's what I felt about myself, and about the gift that I have. I didn't understand it. So that's when I was in hermit mode. Okay, so then so the world. So you would think with this card, basically with the way that it looked, and with the way that the lady looks in this card, and how she's so bright, and she's looking up to the sky, she's just in a state of bliss, like she's understanding and knowing, like, the world is mine, this is my world, I run this, I create this. I didn't see that, because what I saw was I would see black and red. I didn't see any of the greens, the blues, and the yellows, and all of that. I didn't see any of that. I just saw my world as being dark. I saw some really, really evil things, meaning that I was able to get to the point to where I would go around certain people, and I would feel it was just like cold bumps of raise up on my skin, and I'm like, what in the world is this? What's going on? It's not cold in here. And it was just, if my body, my spirit was trying to step outside my body and run in the opposite direction really fast. It was a warning, an internal warning that was happening, but I didn't understand it. So at that time, I would remain in those environments. I would remain around toxic individuals. I would remain around people who triggered me, or people who provoked trauma wounds, and I would stay in those environments, and I would listen to the music. I did everything, I did everything. I literally like almost dived into darkness. And you're talking about somebody who grew up in church. So, yeah. But what Spirit was trying to show me was that there is a ray of light within all this darkness, and I needed to figure out how to get to that ray of light. And if I could just grab that ray of light, then my whole world would open up, and it would look like this. Okay, so the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, so what I see with this one is somebody who pretty much, I'm the person that goes in. So if something interests me, I go in, and I go in really hard. I go in tough, meaning I get tunnel vision. That's like literally all I see. That's all I'm about. I live, I sleep, I eat, I breathe this. And so when I would use, look for different books and things like that, I would pray, source God lead me to the right books for me, the books that will teach me and show me about me, so I can know who I am and why I'm like this, and how I can navigate through this darkness, through all of this, because I did deal with the unaliving I just say I dived into trying to, or attempting to unalive multiple times, because I was so angry. I was rageful. I was just so exhausted. It was just taking everything, like my life force was being sucked out of me. And so I went inside, and I just did my best to try to figure out what is it about me that makes me the ultimate threat to individuals that were around me. I wanted to know why people didn't like me, especially when I was in the people pleasing stage, where I, would bend over backwards and put me, in the very last seat of my life, and I would do everything for everybody else to try to make them happy, but it never would work. And the more I done that, the more I lost myself. And I truly lost myself. I didn't know who I was, what I was. I didn't understand or didn't believe that I had a purpose for being here. I was just aimlessly wandering. I was just going. Like, just imagine yourself walking, and there's glass and maybe dirty syringes and stuff in front of you, and maybe even hot coals, and instead of you paying attention and watching where you step, and I was walking right through it, as if it was nothing. I was just literally walking right through it, walking through the mess, walking through the darkness, walking through all of it. I just had to figure out why I was here, especially when the attempts to unalive didn't suffice. The divine wouldn't let me go. I wanted to go so bad, but the divine wouldn't let me go. Okay, so I see the Knight of Cups. Now, for most, this would mean maybe love is on the horizon, and somebody is, there's a relationship about to come in, or somebody is interested in you, and They're wanting to romance you. They're wanting to give you the world and all of that. But when I look at this card, and when as it pertains to my story, the first thing I notice that it's called the Knight of Cups, and the first thing that I see is a cup, and I felt like my cup was empty. So even though all of this energy is on the card with this man and everything, and these roses and his hat, sitting on the stool, the horse in the background, the white horse in the background, I don't see that. I saw just that cup. The cup is the only thing that I would see, and the cup was empty, and I couldn't understand, why do I have to be here and have this empty cup? Like, why isn't there anything in it? What is it am I supposed to find in this cup? It's just a cup. It's a bowl. That's all it is. So what's the point of this? What are y'all trying to tell me? And they were trying to show me that that cup can be filled at any time. And even though I look at that cup and that cup is empty, that doesn't mean that it's truly empty. That's just the way that I perceive it. Because source is always filling my cup. The divine is always filling my cup. Like, my cup is never dry. Like, there's never a drought. There is plenty. There is overflow. Just even with that one cup, that's a bottomless cup. And I couldn't see that at the time. Okay, so now we have the Ace of Pentacles. So basically with this one is where this is really touchy for me, because looking at this card right here brings up a ton of emotions for me. And so if you look at the man, and he has you see masculine hands, and he has like dirty fingernails and things like that. So it shows that he's been working hard, or he's been tilling the ground. Maybe he's been planting, and he's been waiting for his abundance, and he's waiting for prosperity. If you look at his hands are dirty as well. So that shows you that he's been tilling the soil, and he's been really, really working hard. And he has the Ace of Pentacles. He has this pentacle in his hand. So for me, I feel like with the dirty hands and the dirty arms and the dirt under the fingernails is where all my life I feel like I've worked really, really hard. I worked hard to do the right thing. I worked hard to be good, to show good, to treat everybody good. I turned myself inside out just to make people happy, to make people smile, to make people see that there is joy and beauty in life. You just have to be willing to see what's in front of you. I've worked really hard to come so far. And as an empath, even though we come to these moments where we work really hard, we put in a lot of work, we put in a lot of labor to not make ourselves happy, but to make humanity happy, to make the world happy, to pray for joy and happiness to fill the world, for abundance, prosperity, to bring peace and to calm into the world, without us paying attention to the chaos that is brewing on the inside of us, because we forget about us. We're last, so basically our healing and our grace, compassion, self-compassion, all of that goes unchecked, meaning that's not how we see ourselves. We see ourselves as the hard worker who has to go above and beyond in everything that we do. That we have to try harder than anyone else on this planet in order to be something, to have something, and to feel good about something. That's one of the toughest things to do for an empath, is to feel good. Feel good. And it's crazy because peace is what we want. We want peace. We want love. We want unfiltered love. We want joy. We want a moment. We want to breathe. We want to be able to breathe easy without the weight. Yet we're absorbing the negative energy of everyone else. We're absorbing the negative energy that's happening upon the earth. We're absorbing when someone is just, for example, if you go to the store and somebody says something mean to you, for an empath, we take that in, right? And most of us haven't learned how to transmute or alchemize energy yet, to take something negative and turn it into something positive. And we carry that, and days later you could find yourself ironing your shirt, and you will be thinking about something that very person said to you that really hurt you, but it shouldn't have hurt you because they're a stranger and they don't know you. But that's not the point. The point is that we absorb all of that negative energy and we internalized it, and we carry that energy with us everywhere that we go. And that's what the Ace of Pentacles means when I see it, as it relates to my story. Okay, so I have 4 cards here from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And so these cards are meant to kind of turn the energy, turn this energy around. So I have Winter's Dream, the gestation period. I'm not going to go to the guidebook on this because they're wanting me to read exactly what I see and relay that information. So when I see Winter's Dream and gestation period, I see a harvest that's waiting to be blossom. I see something that's waiting to happen. There's something being done behind me and through me, but I don't recognize it yet. I see a lot of purples and I see a lot of golds, and to me that signifies spiritual renewal, spiritual rebirth. It's almost as if something is getting ready to be, something is about to be born, but I don't see it yet. And if you see this fairy, if you can see it closely, and how she's like laying on maybe a cloud or something like that, but you see the look on her face, it's like a depiction of clinging to something because there is nothing to hold on to. So you're looking for something to hold on to. And Spirit is saying, I'm giving you everything to hold on to. But you just have to be willing to open yourself up and grab it. You have to be willing to touch it. You can't be scared. You have to grab onto it. And you must firmly grasp it and never let go of it. And so I'm currently in the gestation period of something being birthed within me and through me. Something to give to the world. Deep diver, So right now what I'm doing is that I am in the midst of reading a lot of text. I'm diving deeper. I'm going beyond books, books and text. I would say the textbook definition of empath and what does that really means, and what does it means to hold the frequency, and hold the frequency for the planet, or hold the frequency for those around you, or anything like that. Right now I'm deep diving into everything that I do. There's no surface level for me right now. They're pushing me deeper and deeper to go within, because they're wanting me to release the shame, the guilt, and the embarrassment around my situations, around my experiences, my past experiences, and my present experiences as well. They're urging me to do that. They're urging me as I dive. The deeper I dive, that I'm releasing more and more of those negative connotations and ideals that have been placed upon me by those around me, or those who once knew me, those who knew me in the past, which they think that the past is still the present, but it's not. So they are urging me and pushing me to go deeper, So where I thought that I have, reached one level, they're like, no, go 10, no, go 20, no, go 30, no, go 40. And they're pushing me into doing that. In fact, this video is one of the major experiences that I'm diving into to release the stigma and to release the embarrassment of my current circumstances and my past experiences. Treasures hidden in the shadows. So with this one, they're saying that even though I feel like every day is almost nearly a mimic and a repeat of the dark night of the soul, if you heard about that, it's the moment before you awaken, truly awaken. The moment where you can't go backwards, like you can't go back to what's comfortable, you can't go back to what's safe. You have to step into the unknown, and every day, every moment feels like you're being initiated into some secret messed up club you don't know anything about. And so this one is called The Will of the Wisp. It's treasures hidden in the shadows. So they're telling me that in the shadows, and even though I feel like I'm going through the shadows and the fog and how I can't see 2 feet in front of me, they're telling me that there are treasures hidden in those very shadows, meaning that I keep going and I will find the treasure. And if I understand enough, or if I open my mind enough, then I can see that I am the treasure, and I have always been the treasure. But the problem is, when you're an empath, you don't feel like the treasure. You feel more so like the shadow seer, like all you see is shadows. And that's what that one is telling me. This one. Okay, if this isn't me inside of an Epsom salt bath, I don't know what it is, because that is a depiction of me in an Epsom salt bath, and I'm literally pouring into myself, and I'm channeling water and asking the water, the earth, and all of the elements, to come within me and to help me to see beyond the shadows, to see beyond the darkness. I'm looking for reminders and looking for the beauty that's present. before me, but I'm having trouble seeing the beauty that's present, that's right there. So it's called detox, repairing the body, the mind, and the spirit. So what I'm doing is I'm repairing my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I am working on learning to release negativity, learning to let go of the trauma, letting go of the bad experiences, letting go of feeling like I would love nothing more than to disappear from this world, and to where basically forget leaving a legend behind, or or anything, that any achievements, leaving all of that behind, and just go and be one with the wind, and to just not exist anymore. And so they're reminding me that I have to detox, that I have to constantly cleanse and purify my energy. I have to be mindful of who and what I'm around. I have to be mindful of the environments that I allow myself to be in. I have to watch out for the energies and the people that are coming my way who thrive in darkness. They built a home, and this is where they live. They live and they breathe darkness, and I have to be careful and stay away from that, and not try to alchemize every energy that comes my way, because it's too much for me to always remember that I have to go within and practice solitude. That's what this is reminding me of. And so this is what I'm reminding you of. To always remember to go within, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Listen to something calming. Put on some calming music. Put on something that speaks to your soul. Something that makes you, that fills you up with positivity, that fills you up with prosperity, that fills you up with at least some sense of good. I'm not gonna say joy, because joy is everlasting, but for us, if we can just feel good, that's good enough for me. And then I will soar from there, and then I will get to, from good to, then I will get to peace, then I will get to joy, then I will get to prosperity, then I will get to feeling excellent and feeling vibrant. I will get there, but first let me start off with good. And so check in with yourself. Every 30 minutes, check in with yourself and ask, how am I doing? Am I feeling safe right now? Am I releasing and like I'm supposed to release? How is my aura? How is my sensitivity levels? How can I reset my nervous system? Am I feeling too overwhelmed? Am I in the right environment? Is this environment going to help me to elevate beyond the darkness, or is it going to cause me to dive deeper into the darkness? So that's what's going on in this. So it's a reminder for all of us that we must detox. We must cleanse. We always need to be cleansing no matter what. Listening to a cleansing meditation will do it. Visualizing will do it. Moving unnecessary things out of the way. Clearing your space. I've gotten into mantras and saying mantras and repeating them until I can feel better. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti means peace, peace, peace. That's one that I like to I like to repeat as well. I've gotten into Aham Prema. I am divine love, and it reminds me of my divine presence. Even on the days and the moments I don't feel like it, that I feel rough and it's a struggle to even get out of the bed, I chant Aham Prema, I am divine love. I also listen to, I could be saying this wrong, Chantress Siba, or it could be Shiva, but anyway, she's on YouTube and she does a lot of chanting, and she has many meditation chants on there, and those they really help me as well. So I listen to those. Martin Malden, I think that's how you say it, or it's Martin Malton, and he does handpan music as well, calming music, and I like his as well. Right now I'm holding in my hand this crystal called the Golden Healer as well, and basically I feel like it's weight in my hand which is good for sensory. It's smooth and it gives off healing vibes. It helps me to, I feel like it helps enhances not only my heart chakra but my throat chakra as well. So my voice comes out clearly, and everything that I need to say is said, and I don't hold back. So it's like rose quartz almost. It helps me to release and say what I need to say, without re-traumatizing myself or re-injuring myself. And so I really pray that this message reach any and every empathic, powerful individual, highly sensitive, empathic individuals. If you're even intuitive, I hope that this reaches you. I hope that something was said here that would resonate with you, something that would motivate you, and to help you understand and see that even though your days and moments can be filled with darkness and with storms, that you can take from this that the storm will pass, that it truly will pass. It is not meant to stay there forever. Even though we feel like it won't stay there forever. So you change your perspective, you can literally change your whole life. So anyway, I will be honest with you and say that it's still, for me, it's not day by day, it's moment by moment for me. But the most important part is that I'm going through it and I'm walking through it. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going forward no matter what is thrown my way. The obstacles and everything like that, I will remove them as I see fit. And I will acknowledge everything that I'm supposed to pay attention to, and the things that I'm not supposed to pay attention to, I will let them go. And I will move them out of my way, whether it be people, places, or things. It does not matter to me, or situations. Woo! So anyway, I hope that this video was nothing but a blessing to you, and there will be more to come, so just stick with me. This has been Dark Empath on the Edge, and until next time, everybody. Until next time.